This is Fluent English Journey Podcast.
From Speak English with Nora. Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Fluent English Journey Podcast. I'm Nora.
And I'm Ethan. Hey Nora, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well, thanks. You know what? The weather's been amazing lately. Really sunny and warm. Perfect for a walk in the park.
Oh, I know. I actually went for a jog this morning, and it felt so good to be outside.
Nice. So, do you have any plans for later today?
Not really. Just maybe catch up on some reading. What about you?
I'm thinking about trying that new Thai restaurant downtown. I've heard great things about it.
Sounds delicious. Anyway, speaking of plans, today we have something really interesting to talk about, right?
Absolutely. Today's topic is something that almost every English learner struggles with at some point.
Yeah, and honestly, it's one of the biggest challenges when you're learning a new language.
We're talking about thinking and speaking in English. Not just translating from your native language, but actually thinking in English.
This is huge. When I was learning Spanish, I had the same problem. I would think in English first, then translate everything in my head.
Right? And that takes so much time. It's exhausting.
Exactly. So today, we're going to share some practical tips and strategies to help you start thinking in English naturally.
And trust me, once you make this switch, your English will improve so much faster.
Before we dive in, just a quick reminder. We have a full transcript of this episode and some practice exercises in the description below, so make sure to check those out.
Okay, so let's start with the biggest problem most learners face.
Translation.
Yes. When you're having a conversation in English, what do you usually do?
Well, if you're like most learners, you probably think of what you want to say in your native language first.
Then you translate it word by word into English in your head.
And then, finally, you say it out loud.
That's 3 steps. 3 whole steps, just to say one sentence.
And by the time you finish translating, the conversation has already moved on to something else.
Exactly. You miss your chance to speak. It's so frustrating.
So here's the thing. You need to stop translating in your head.
I know. Easier said than done, right?
Totally. But here's why it's so important. When you translate, you're slowing yourself down. Your brain has to work twice as hard.
And it blocks your fluency. You can't speak smoothly and naturally if you're constantly stopping to translate.
Plus, sometimes words don't translate perfectly. Some expressions in English don't exist in other languages.
Great point. Like in English, we say it's raining cats and dogs when it's raining really hard.
Right. If you try to translate that literally into another language, it makes no sense at all.
People would think you're crazy.
So the goal is to train your brain to think directly in English without that translation step in the middle.
Now, how do you actually do that? That's the big question.
Well, let's break it down into some practical steps. The first one is start simple.
Yes. Think in simple English first. Don't try to think in complex sentences with perfect grammar right away.
When little kids learn to speak, they don't start with complicated grammar. They start with simple words in short sentences.
I'm hungry. I want water. That's pretty. Super basic stuff.
And you should do the same thing. Give yourself permission to think in simple English at first.
So instead of thinking in your head, I would really appreciate it if you could possibly help me with this difficult problem.
Just think, can you help me?
Exactly. Keep it simple. You can add more complexity later as you get more comfortable.
The key is to make thinking in English feel natural and easy, not stressful.
And here's another tip that really helps. Create an English-only zone.
Ooh, I like this one. What do you mean by that?
Well, pick a specific time or activity in your day, and during that time, you only think and speak in English.
So for example, your morning routine?
Perfect example. When you wake up, brush your teeth, make breakfast, do all of that in English.
You mean, like, think about what you're doing in English.
Exactly. Instead of thinking in your native language, you think, I'm brushing my teeth, the water is cold, I need to make coffee.
That's actually brilliant. You're training your brain to use English in real, everyday situations.
And the best part is, you're doing it when there's no pressure. You're alone, so you can make mistakes and nobody will judge you.
Right. It's a safe space to practice.
You could also do this during your commute, or while you're cooking dinner, or even when you're working out at the gym.
I used to do this when I was driving. I would describe everything I saw. That car is red. The traffic light is green. I need to turn left.
See? That's perfect. And after a while, it becomes automatic.
Now here's something that might feel a little weird at first, but trust me, it works.
Oh, I think I know what you're going to say.
Talk to yourself out loud in English.
Yes. This one is so effective, but people are often embarrassed to do it.
I get it. Talking to yourself can feel strange, but honestly, it's one of the best ways to practice.
When you're alone at home, just narrate what you're doing out loud.
I'm making a sandwich. I need bread and cheese. Oh, I'm out of tomatoes. I should go to the store later.
Exactly. It's like you're the narrator of your own life.
And speaking out loud is different from just thinking. It helps you practice pronunciation too.
Plus, hearing yourself speak English builds your confidence. You get used to the sound of your own voice speaking English.
And when you finally have a real conversation, it doesn't feel as scary because you've already practiced.
Right. You've already said those words before, just to yourself.
Now let's talk about something a bit more advanced. Your inner dialogue.
Ooh, this is interesting. What's inner dialogue?
It's that voice in your head. The thoughts that run through your mind all day long.
Like, what should I eat for lunch? Or I'm tired? Or that movie was really good.
Exactly. Everyone has this constant stream of thoughts.
And for most English learners, that inner voice speaks in their native language.
Right. But here's the challenge. Try to switch that inner voice to English.
So instead of thinking in your native language, I'm so tired today.
Think in English. I'm so tired today.
It sounds simple, but it's actually pretty difficult at first.
It is. Because your native language is automatic. You don't have to think about it.
But with practice, English can become automatic too.
And once you get to that point, you've really made it. You're truly thinking in English.
Start small. Maybe just 1 or 2 thoughts a day in English.
I'm hungry. It's cold outside. I need to call my friend.
And gradually, you'll find yourself thinking more and more in English without even trying.
Okay, now I want to talk about something really important. Grammar.
Oh boy, here we go. Everyone's favorite topic.
I'm serious, though. A lot of learners get stuck because they worry too much about grammar when they're trying to think in English.
That's so true. They're afraid to make mistakes.
But here's the thing. When you're thinking in English, don't worry about perfect grammar.
Wait, really? But isn't grammar important?
Of course, grammar is important, but fluency comes before accuracy.
What does that mean?
It means, at first, your goal is just to communicate, to get your message across.
Even if it's not grammatically perfect?
Exactly. Because if you stop and correct yourself every single time, you'll never get comfortable speaking.
That makes sense. It's like native speakers make grammar mistakes all the time in casual conversation.
Absolutely. We say things like, me and my friend went to the store. Technically, that's wrong. It should be my friend and I.
But everyone understands what you mean.
Right. Communication is the goal. Grammar is just a tool to help you communicate.
So when you're practicing thinking in English, just focus on expressing your ideas. Don't stress about getting every verb tense perfect.
You can work on grammar separately. But when you're trying to build fluency, let yourself make mistakes.
I love that. It takes so much pressure off.
And honestly, the more you practice, the more your grammar will improve naturally anyway.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of different strategies, but there's one more thing that ties everything together.
Immersion.
Yes. Surround yourself with English input.
This is so important. If you want your brain to start thinking in English naturally, you need to hear and read English all the time.
Listen to English podcasts.
Like this one.
Exactly. Watch English videos, movies, TV shows.
Read English books, articles, social media posts.
Listen to English music and pay attention to the lyrics.
The more English you consume, the more your brain starts to process information in English automatically.
It's like your brain gets used to the language. It becomes familiar.
And eventually, you'll find yourself thinking in English without even trying.
You might be watching a movie, and suddenly you realize you're not translating the subtitles anymore. You're just understanding.
Or you'll wake up one morning and realize you had a dream in English.
That's actually a really good sign. When you start dreaming in English, it means your brain is truly processing the language on a deep level.
So, to sum it all up, stop translating, start simple, create English-only zones, talk to yourself, switch your inner dialogue, don't worry about perfect grammar, and immerse yourself in English.
That's a lot to remember.
It is, but you don't have to do everything at once. Pick one or two strategies and start there.
Right. Maybe start by narrating your morning routine in English, or listening to an English podcast on your way to work.
Small steps lead to big changes.
And remember, learning to think in English is a process. It doesn't happen overnight.
Be patient with yourself. Celebrate small victories.
Like the first time you think of a word in English without translating it first. That's a win.
Exactly. Every little bit of progress counts.
Okay, before we wrap up, I want to ask you all a question.
Good idea.
What's one strategy from today's episode that you're going to try this week? Leave a comment and let us know.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Are you going to talk to yourself in English? Create an English-only zone? Or maybe start switching your inner dialogue?
And if you have any other tips that have worked for you, share them in the comments too. We're all learning together.
Absolutely. Your experience might help someone else.
All right, I think that's everything we wanted to cover today.
This was a good one. I really hope these tips help you all.
Me too. And remember, thinking in English is a skill you can develop with practice.
It might feel difficult at first, but stick with it. You'll get there.
And don't forget to check out the transcript and practice exercises in the description below. They'll help reinforce what we talked about today.
Thanks so much for listening, everyone.
We really appreciate you being here with us.
Keep practicing, keep improving, and most importantly, keep speaking English.
We'll see you in the next episode. Take care.
Bye for now.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my other videos to keep improving your English. See you next time.